Oftentimes, when you're dealing with a pathological narcissist, you're dealing with someone that you want to help. But it is important that we are aware that, we're dealing with people that do not want our help. So, know that people with this pathological personality type are based in shame and they are unable to move past their pride. So you're dealing with people that are pathologically insecure, and this pathological insecurity is covered with dysfunctional pride. And this dysfunctional pride means that you're dealing with people that believe that they are perfect. It's a rigid type of perfectionism. And if you're dealing with people that believe that they're perfect, there is nothing that they are going to change because, they're perfect. Hence, you will see where you will have to be the one to change in these relationships. And what this means is that you're going to try to bend yourself into a pretzel to get things to work, but they're not going to work. And this is what you may refer to as walking on eggshells. All right, you're walking on eggshells to make this relationship work, but it's not really a mutually beneficial relationship. Because if you engage with people with pathological narcissism, you are engaging with people that do not believe in equality. So what it is that we have stepped into an abuse cycle that we thought was a mutually beneficial relationship. You think that this is somebody that you can grow with, but pathological narcissists are not growing. Again, they're perfect. Perfect people do not need to change. So these perfect people, you will see where they will regress over time. They get worse over time. They age like milk. They don't age like wine. Because again, if you are perfect, there's nothing for you to change. So there's no growth. There's no growth, only regression. And you will see where these relationships, people will sink like the Titanic because you're dealing with people with psycho-spiritual arrested development. They're done growing. And you're dealing with people that are stuck in their terrible 2s to at best 12 years old. And again, all of this is maladaptive. So you'll see where they will throw tantrums like toddlers, but you're not dealing with a toddler. You're dealing with an adult throwing tantrums. And this is a very dangerous person. And oftentimes on the channel, I like to share a very good quote with you from healer, author, and shaman, Dr. Malidoma Patrice Somé, where he states that if you keep a person in an adolescent state, then they will act militaristically. So adolescent state here means an underdeveloped state, a childlike state, a childish state, an unripened state. They will act militaristically. So oftentimes they will be very violent and oftentimes very volatile people because you are dealing with someone with a pathological personality disorder. And this means that they have severe mental problems. They are losing their minds. And after a while, you will see that you're really dealing with someone that makes poor decisions over and over and over again because it's arrested development. It's pathological. Narcissistic abuse is a pathological cycle. They are stuck at the bottom of the consciousness ladder. Again, they're based in shame, unable to move past their pride. Pride comes right before the fall. They fall right back down to shame to go through another shame pride cycle. Pathological narcissists have a shame core and they're stuck there. And this shame core is covered with dysfunctional pride. And this is why you'll see where they will make you the scapegoat. Something must be wrong with you, you see, because they are perfect. There's nothing for them to change. And if there's nothing for them to change, then you must be the one to change. And also you are the one that has the ability to change. They're stuck. They have psycho-spiritual arrested development. stuck in their terrible twos to about 12 years old. They're stuck in a maladaptive state. And this is why they'll manipulate to get their way. Because that is what people with arrested development do. You'll see where you're dealing with a passive-aggressive personality type, a very conflict-ridden personality type, a very chaotic personality type, because you're dealing with people with a pathological personality disorder. So you're dealing with people with severe mental challenges. They are losing their minds. They have a reprobate mind, a mind that does not work. An unstable mind. Similarly, they have emotional arrested development. They're based in shame and they're unable to move past their pride. That's the disorder. So they don't have access to higher level awareness, higher level consciousness, higher level emotions like courage. So you're dealing with someone that is stuck in a state of cowardice. This is why they're perpetual victims. The sky is always falling over the narcissist's head. There's always a problem. There's always chaos. There's always drama. Because you're dealing with someone that is stuck in the third dimension. They're stuck in their lower ego. They're stuck in victim abuser consciousness. And you'll see where they'll oscillate between telling you that they're a victim and everybody's out to get them, and they will abuse you because you're stuck in victim abuser consciousness. That is the level of awareness that they exist at. And you're dealing with people that lack will. So you'll see where they're oftentimes very impulsive and or compulsive. They are pathological liars, always lying, compulsively lying. They are oftentimes serial cheaters because, again, they cannot control themselves. They need supply. They are stuck in an addicted state, needing supply, needing to feed their ego. Because they're based in their ego. They have an overinflated ego. They are egomaniacs today. And that is what happens when someone abandons themselves. They create a false self. That's what the ego is. So you're dealing with someone that has a shame-based disorder. So they have pathological insecurities. And you're dealing with a prideful person. Again, dysfunctional pride, not confidence. What you're dealing with is a grandiose individual. This is them trying to cover that deep-seated shame, that pathological insecurity. So you have someone with a pathologically insecure core that hides it with dysfunctional pride, that hides it with grandiosity. Hence, there is no change. There is no growth, only regression. So people, if you are on a ship with a pathological narcissist, abandon ship. Could be a business relationship, could be a friendship, could be an intimate relationship. You will eventually see where they're gonna sabotage that relationship because they are regressing. You cannot grow with a pathological narcissist. They're stuck in a destructive state. However, you can get the courage to walk away and stay away from these pathological personality types. You have access to courage. You have access to the fourth dimension. You can leave and find people that are at your level of consciousness. Those people exist. They're not stuck in the third dimension. So it is important that in our awareness of someone's inability to change, that we understand that we can change and we can walk away and stay away from these pathological personality types. Because you cannot grow with a narcissist, they're done growing. There's nothing for them to change, and because there's nothing for them to change, they regress. The light at the end of the tunnel, people, is not in the third dimension. What you'll find in the third dimension is chaos, drama, trauma, and disorder. ordered people. Hence, it is important that we take the time to heal and address our wounds so that we can attract more healthy and wholesome people and experiences into our life. All right, good people. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate this video, please give us a like and ensure that you are subscribed for more empowering content. If you have any questions or feedback, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. If you need help to heal properly from narcissistic abuse, go ahead and check out the narcdojo.com website. That is narcdojo.com. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening. Shika is the name. I'll see you in the next video.